Number 6 in your playbook is you must know your real currency. I just really don't like psychobabble. I don't like words that have been so overused that they lose their meaning. It really bugs me when I hear people talking about, I want to empower people. Come on. I mean, empower has been used so much that it's lost its meaning. What do you even mean when you say that? Think about number 6. You must know your real currency. What do you really value? The most obvious form of currency is monetary, money. That's currency. Currency is money. But there are other forms of currency, right? Like getting praise. We just talked about accepting praise. A lot of people value getting praise and acknowledgement. They used to say about General Patton in the war, you give him a couple of headlines, he's good for another 100 miles. He'll press on through whatever the odds are. He loved headlines. He liked that. It was of value to him. Some people love social currency. They love friends. They love to feel like they have a sense of belongingness to a group. We all feel better if we think we're part of something, we belong to something, that we're accepted by others. If you have spent time in prayer and meditation and reading the Bible or the Quran or whatever it is that is your connection, and you feel a sense of peace about that, and you feel a closer walk with your higher power, which I choose to call God, then you have spiritual currency. You feel like you have a connection. So there are lots of different forms of currency. Sometimes when I go home at the end of the day and I feel like we worked with some people today that I made some real headway with, and they were teaching tools. And so based on what we covered, I'm guessing that millions of people got a message today that was very important. And so I'll go home and I'll be really tired, but it's what I call a good tired. I feel like I used my life, I used my platform today in a really positive, impactful way. That's currency for me. I feel like I've made a difference today. So that's a currency for me. And you need to ask yourself, what is your currency? What is your real currency? Not what somebody else says should be your currency, because the worst thing in the world you can do is waste time. The key is to not waste time or effort, even on a short-term goal, if that goal cannot yield what you really want and need. It's just simply inefficient. I've known people that have pursued a specific career. They've gone to school, gotten a degree, worked in that field, gotten to the top of their field, and been terribly unfulfilled because it was never what they wanted to do to begin with. It wasn't the currency that they wanted. I worked with a woman one time in a life skills seminar that had spent her entire life up to the age of 45 working as an attorney. And she was good at it. She was a good attorney. But her passion, what she really wanted to do, was dance on Broadway. That was her dream as a little girl. It was her dream in junior high, high school, college. She wanted to dance on Broadway. I said, why did you not? She said, well, life got in the way. My dad was an attorney. My grandfather was an attorney. My mother was a paralegal. Just our family were lawyers. That's just what we did. I was expected to be a lawyer. When I got through with school, I was expected to go join my father's law firm, and I just did what I was expected to do. And everything I do, I try to do well, so I was good at doing it. And now I'm 45 years old. Have you ever seen a 45-year-old dancer on Broadway? And I said, well, I don't know. I've never checked their IDs, but probably you're right. I don't know. It seems to be probably a young person's thing. And she said, well, so I guess I'm screwed. I said, well, maybe not. And so we worked on that and said, okay, what is it you love about this concept of dancing on Broadway? So, well, I just love the creative parts of it, the expressive parts of it, the choreography, the costumes, just everything about it. It's what I wanted all my life. I said, well, have you ever thought about teaching dance in your community theater? Well, no. Well, let's think about that. And jump ahead in the story 2 years. Being a very skilled dancer, she volunteered in the community arts program. She became the head choreographer, and the first thing that she worked on was the Nutcracker for the Christmas program. And when I saw her 2 years later, and she had 20 or 25 young girls that she was working into this wonderful program that they were putting on, and you couldn't even get her feet on the ground. She was so fulfilled by finding a way to get that real currency. And most of these girls were from underprivileged homes. And her career as an attorney allowed her to buy every one of them the shoes they needed to dance, the tights they needed to dance, the leotards they needed to dance. She found a way to take what she had spent her life doing that she wasn't passionate about and use it to fuel what she was passionate about. And I asked her, I know this is a substitute. I know this isn't dancing on Broadway, but does it come close? And she said, the first time I sat on the side of the stage and watched those 22 little girls run out onto that stage and do what they did, it was my opening night. So she found a way to get her currency, to get her dream, even at 45 years of age. How about you? You have to decide that you will not take no for an answer. Don't tell yourself no. Don't let somebody else tell you no. And don't decide there is only one way to get the currency you want. Don't decide that you've blown it, that it's too late, because it is never too late.